versus Pints in the 1985-86 NTFA Grand Final. The bank should be on the ground shortly. Pints are already out on the field and limbering up. Here come the bank side, led by their coach, David Arnold. Well, the boys look keen. This should be very... Scott, young Anthony Arnold, flown especially up from Perth to see... The rain has just set in, and the umpire bounces the first ball. There's a kick by Pints. Mark taken by Paul Sheedy. He's played on and been caught holding the ball. A bit anxious there. Pints players kicked it out. Oh, great mark by Bazza Palmer in the back line. He's played on, kicked to the half-back flank. There's AJ's kicked it to the wing. It's a big leap by big Leo Athanasio, but he's into the back of the Pints player. It's number 14. Alid Mengides. It's on the wing. Pints player in Peter Guy has just kicked to the half-forward line. Dennis Hegarty's come through for Banks, and the ball's gone out of bounds. No problems. The umpire's thrown the ball in, and the big Pints ruckman in number 24, Brendan Fitzgerald, who was a dominant force in the second semi-final, has got a free kick. It's play on. And Peter Bartholomew has just sent a good kick into the forward line, but the experience shows as Les Chapman there. I think he's into his 40s now. Turns around and plays on. There's a good contest for the ball there, and the rain's getting a bit stronger. Hey, who got that goal, Janine? Right, we just had a bit of technical problems here because of the rain, but Banks have just kicked a goal, and there's a centre bounce again. Good tap again by the Pints ruckman, but it's play on. The ball's been forced onto the outer wing. Good play by the Pints player. Got caught but got the ball on. No, the umpire's decided it's holding the ball. Free kick's going to the Banks player. It's a bit hard to see in the rain there. It looks like Mark Weeding, commonly known as Weed for various reasons. We might discuss that later. Here's the coach, David Arnold. Sell the dummy, and he's kicked it. And I think he stopped it. Yes. The coach has set a fine example then. A good effort, kicked a long goal. That's really put the pressure on the Pints side now because Banks lead 2 goals to no score. There was a bit of doubt about the Banks' ability in the rain, but so far they've started like rockets. I think the President Simon Day on the boundary would be very pleased the way things are going at the moment. Back with the central umpire. He's going to bounce it again. A good bounce. Paul Sheedy, good effort to get the tap. The Pints players come through, kicked it down to full forward. Stout defence there by Tony Sandercock. He's looked for 2 Banks players out there. Barry Palmer's got the ball, handballs it on to Peter Baldock. Good effort, kick to the wing. The ball's gone off hands. David Arnold again gets it and finds Benny Tilley. Benny Tilley's between centre and centre forward, moving the game on quickly. Short chip. Yes. Found Mark Weeding in the pocket. Good pass to big Leo Athanasio. Another pass. First bounce to coach David Arnold, and David Arnold bangs through another goal. Arnold there's in devastating form. He's in possibly his last match for Banks. He's really setting a fine example. We right, Rob? Right, we're back at the centre. Banks lead 3 straight goals, 18 points to 0. Centre bounce. Paul Sheedy again with the tap. A good handball by the Pints player, which was Brian Cox. The ball's still in the centre and a bit of a smother. Dennis Lufat gets a quick chip away. Good punch by Dennis Hegarty, the Banks halfback. Hits it out. Mike Harrison's kick is smothered. Dennis Hegarty still fighting. Handball out. Ducked his head, lucky to get the free kick. Peter Guy was reluctant to give the ball back from Pints there, but the ball's with Dennis Hegarty now in the half-back line. Nice kick to the wing. And a good mark by Dennis Lufat, the Pints player. He's kicked it to the side. And this man, Peter Bartholomew's been in the play, number 18. Kicks it down to full forward. The ball's gone through, but the ever-reliable Les Chapman out of the back pocket, looking for Mark Weeding and finds him at the half-back flank. Weed turns around on his sweeping left foot. Arnold flies from behind, the ball's smothered. Oh, the umpire's had a funny decision there. The Banks player was held without the ball, but the Pints player with a free kick. I can't understand that one. Chips it into the centre, the ball's smothered. Bainish, a good smother there. Ball's tapped out. Roy Bainish, good handball. Peter Baldock. Benny Tilley's got the run of the ball. Big Lachlan Hall goes in, but great play by the Pints player. Andy Rowe, good effort. Yes, the Pints player then was pushed in the back. The Banks defence were a bit anxious there. Again, this is this man, this number 18, Peter Bartholomew. He's been in everything. I think he thinks he can dob this. He's taking his time. Will this be Pints' first score? Well, he's given it a bit of a ride, but it's offline for 1 point. Right, the kick in. The Pints player's got the race of the ball towards the wing. Benny Tilley hot in his hammer. The ball's been handballed out of bounds by Andy Rowe again. Ball's just a bit slippery. Rowe going for the ball. Martin Ogle taps it out, and a left foot kick off the ground by Martin Ogle. Coach of Pints then just got a push in the back. Terry Morgan. Taking his time there. He's got not much to kick to up there. Bad kick. Finds out his opposition coach, Dave Arnold. 15 yards. Arnold's just over the centre line now. A nice kick up to centre half forward. Barry Hawkett under the ball, tapped on by Leo Athanasio. Here's a chance. And that's another good goal to Banks. Yes, that was number 22, Andrew Johnson, forward. Another good effort. Dave Arnold put in a good effort there, but I think he's split his crutch in his shorts. They look a bit dirty there. Well, that'd be a fair comment for the coach. He'll have to take them down to Perth for his wife to wash them. He's taking them off. The girls in the crowd have gone wild. So take it easy there. Helen Williams, take it easy there. The ball's bounced and Paul Sheedy gets the ball again. He's still got it. And been hit around the head, he's got a free kick. Sheedy tends to play on very quickly when he gets the ball, yes. Chips it out to the wing to Mark Weeding, who's been in everything so far. It's over in the Banks forward pocket. The Pints players force it to the ground, but Banks are in again. And you're not going to believe this, but Arnold missed one for once. 1 point results. Pints have kicked out. It's off hands. The Banks player Mark Weeding's got it again. Chips it in. Leo Athanasio nearly marked it. Well, there's a few people into the ball there. Benny Tilley's got it. Snap over his shoulder for 1 point. At the Gardens Oval, the score is Banks 4 goals 2. 26 points to the solitary behind by Pints. There's a Pints player desperately trying to get rid of it. I think it's Terry Schultz there, a very aggressive player. The ball's bounced by the umpire. Paul Sheedy gets another tap. It's been cleared by Peter Mason from the half-back line. The ball's in the centre. Terry Morgan's tapped it on. A bit of a scrimmage in the centre, and the umpire's called it up. The rain seems to have eased off, so this would make it a much more spectacle for the supporters here. Again, Terry Schultz has been caught with the ball. He tried to get rid of it, but was held. The umpire will bounce it again. There's a good tap then by, again, Andy Rowe. Fist on by the Banks player Darren Sharp, but he's outnumbered here 2-1. I think that's in the bank to the Pints player. Ron Saint kept his body over the ball there. Barry Hawkett was reluctant to give the ball to him then. Saint kicks to the boundary. Good effort by Bainish. The ball's gone out of bounds. The umpire's a bit slow then to pick it up. But he's pretty quick, he's throwing it in. Lachlan Hall over the top, good tap. Bainish has got his hand kicked off there. Gutsy effort. Suspect with a knee injury, but showing his true colours. Thanks half forward line. Big Richard Gordon's just collared one. David Arnold again in the play. Handball to Barry Hawkett. Great effort. Kicks it to the centre. And there's been a bit of a hit after the play there. And the umpires, I think he's given a 15-yard. He's played the advantage up the field. It's Ben Tilley, renowned captain of the Waratah C-grade cricket side, here lining up for a goal. I don't think there's any problem. Oh, and here's a bit of controversy here. Team has just gone to a new vantage point in the grandstand, and someone from Banks has fired it from a long way, and that's another one. It looks like it was... It's that bush pig again, David Arnold. He's amazing today. It's done it again. The scoreboard reads Banks 6 goals 2, 38 points to the solitary point by the Pint side, who are becoming a bit disillusioned. They're playing from behind. I think they're going to have to start getting in front if they're going to have any hope of winning this match. The ball's back in the centre. The rain has eased off a bit. There's a bit of a scrimmage in the centre. Socket off the ground. And actually marked by the Pints player. Fine Dennis Lufat on the half-forward line. Good effort. He swings around. Ball smothered by Les Chapman. Dennis Hegarty over the ball. Gets a dribbled kick. Roy Bainish on the wing. Swings around on that looping left foot. Chips it up. Pints player took a good mark there because he had a hard attack. Mick Devitt there showed a good effort there. Short pass, but Martin Ogle, good interception, didn't mark it. Scrimmage. Roy Bainish again. There's a bit of a fight on in the background. Well, there's a bit of a brawl. The player's gone upfield. There's number 18 for Pints showing very aggressive stance there. David Arnold gets about his 50th kick. The ball's on. Big Leo Athanasio and a socket goal. Well, really, it's just a schmozzle from the Pint side here today. Banks are just murdering them. Scores 7 goals 2 to 1 point. I don't think there's really any breeze to worry about, so it's a pretty big lead for this early in the match. We're back at the centre. Umpire bounces the ball again. It's over the shoulder. Free kicks to Brian Cox, who kicks the ball to half-forward line, slips through his teammate's hands. Number 9, he ducked his head but got the handball. That was Leon Somduk's surf. But the ball's been cleared by Banks, but there's that man again. Peter Bartholomew, very fiery. Short pass, yes. Found his teammate, Gary Leverington. I think he could nearly kick the goal from here. The ball's a bit heavy, but he's shaping up as if he's going to make the distance. The ball drops a bit short. Punch through off hands for a point. And here we go again. Big kick from the Fines fullback. Sorry, the Pints. The Banks fullback, Tony Sandico. And the ball's been up to the wing now. Pints plays Taku. The ball's scrimmaged along the ground here. Yes, I'd agree with that decision. The Pints player is held without the ball. Can't see him from here. But he chips around to that corner. First mistake Peter Bartholomew's made. The ball went through his hands. There was an aggressive approach by Terry Scholes, which is surprising. But Barry Hawkett has got the free kick. He got hit above the head. Oh, I think we've got some supporters we might interview down here in the first quarter. Oh, well, it's on video, yes. There's a couple of ladies getting excited in the front stands here. Meanwhile, back to the match. I'm sorry, I did get their phone numbers, but not to worry. Haggerty punched the ball from Dennis Lufat. Les Chapman puts his bulky body in. Lufat goes in hard. John Chester handballed the well. And the ball's been kicked on. Dennis Lufat got it and has kicked a goal. Pints' first goal. So the score is Banks 7 goals 2 to Pints 1 goal 2. The bounce. Yes, great tap. Pints ruckman again, Brendan Fitzgerald. That determined man again, Peter Bartholomew, still fighting for the ball. Martin Ogle's in there again. Oh, there seems to be a bit of animosity between those two players. Yes. Yes, Mike Harrison there is having a bit of a chat to Bartholomew. But Pints have ended up with a free kick. That was a bit hard to work out. That's a good pass. Gary Leverington fired it into the forward area, but the ball's been dribbled out of bounds. There's been an infringement, and the Pints player's got a free kick going for goal. And it's offline, 1 point. I'm just trying to sight the player who kicked that. If he puts his back to me, I might be able to tell. Tony Sandicock kicks off again. Martin Ogle tries to fist the ball, but he missed it. David Arnold's in there. Dennis Haggerty for Banks attacking the ball. Handballs to Martin Ogle. The cat man's off. Nearly kicks into his coach's back. Big Leo Athanasio punches the ball forward. The Pints player has dribbled it through for a point. A bit loathful. Darren Sharp had the ball in front of him but dropped a relatively easy mark. There's been a scrimmage and the umpire comes in again, wants to bounce the ball. A good tap by Lachlan Hall to coach David Arnold again. But he didn't look where he's kicked and the ball's been marked in the back line by an unidentified Pints player. There's a few of those around. The ball's been forced out from behind by Lachlan Hall for another throw-in. Oh, the throw-in was a bit woeful. And the siren goes to the end of the first quarter. Scores up. Right. We've got a few of the very loyal Bank supporters here. There's a big contingent from Westpac Bank here. And I'd just like to get a few comments on how you think the bank's going. Chris McDonald, not longer in Darwin here. I'm sure she's got some very important comments to make.
Oh, you're looking at me.
Yes, Chris, what did you think about the performance in the first quarter there?
Oh, excellent. Very good. Yes, they're going to win.
Right. And Sue, another Westpac person. There's a lot of them around. What did you think about the fine effort by the coach of Banks?
Well, it's just not cricket.
Oh, that's an interesting comment. I'll have a think about that. Oh, nearly wife. She was biting her fingernails before, showing a lot of anxious moments. Afraid that her fiancé might get slip running out on the ground. And Andrew... And the siren goes. It's the start of the second quarter. The 1985-86 NTFA Grand Final. Brian Holson came through, but just missed the ball. Oh, there's been a free kick. It's John Chester for Pints. Chips the ball. Ump says play on. Darren Sharp's got the ball. Kicked it. Sent half forward. Big Leo Athanasio punched the ball from behind. Pints is struggling there, played well, got the ball forward. Ron Saint there fighting for the ball very hard for Pints. And it's another ball up. The commentator needs a beer here. Thank God for Foster's. Paul Sheedy's kicked it off the ground to Brian Holson, who hooks the ball round for Banks. Full forward. It's off hands. Played on by Andy Rowe, but Davey Arnold snaps another goal on his left foot. Our coach from last year, Mike Polder, would have savoured that moment with David Arnold kicking a goal on his left foot. And it's 8-3 to 1-3. Ball's back in the centre. This year Banks was sponsored by Foster's Lager, top beer. Darren Sharp in there, Martin Ogle again punching the ball forward. David Arnold punching it forward, but the Pints player has got the ball. Here's another fight. There's another fight. Brian Holson's in there. Terry Schultz is throwing his weight around as usual. Peter Bartholomew for Pints seems to be amongst the action. I think there's a bit of a problem here. Could I ask that lady for a comment there? Would you like a comment, madam? Were you happy about that? No, the Pint supporters are very happy. I think that's about the only thing they'll be happy about today. But meanwhile, the ball's gone back to the Banks forward lines. Good mark there by the Pints player. There's a bit of childish mentality, everyone worrying about the player going off, but meanwhile the game goes on. I think the umpires are a bit trying to even up here, because that seemed like a pretty fair tackle, but the Pints player kicks it to the half-forward line. They're showing a bit more desperation now. It's a bit of a scrimmage, and in the bank to the wing. I haven't heard his wife cry out much this year, not like last year, but the ball has been marked on the centre wing by Pints. To the other side of the round, the Banks player Mike Harrison's handballed the ball. Mark Weeding, who's been tackled very aggressively, and so was the Pints player Peter Guy was attacked aggressively by the Banks there. But he's kicked the ball up to the half-forward line. Yeah, I'd pay that mark. Only one that went for the ball. Hadn't had a bad game either, Gary Leverington for Pints. Chips the ball to the side. Probably to Pints' best player, Peter Bartholomew. I think his aggressive approach on the ball, it's been a good example. Pretty rank kick. The ball goes back, and who's that? Dennis Haggerty. And the Pints player, number 23, Kevin Trusco's decided they'd have a go after the guy kicked the ball. But meanwhile, Barry Palmer's taken the mark up on the half-back flank for Banks. Kicks the ball to the wing. The Pints can't talk, but the Pints players both had a misunderstanding. Darren Sharp picked up the ball, but under pressure kicked it out on the full for Pints. Chips the ball to their half-forward line. Punched by Les Chapman over the back. Brian Cox picks up the ball, snaps it forward. Dennis Lufat in there. Roy Bainish gets a clearing kick away to the other side of the ground. And nearly cleaned up the Pints runner with his kick. There's David Arnold, got the ball once again for about the 50th time. Dribbles the ball up to the centre wing, where Barry Hawkett's got the run of the ball for Banks. Been pressured out of it by the Pints players. It's a bit scrambly over there. It's an interesting decision. Looks like Terry Morgan's got the kick, a free kick for Pints. Over the back by Richard Gordon, a good punch for Banks. Pints have snared and snapped it down, but pretty woeful effort by the Pints player there in an attempt to mark. Les Chapman's got the run of the ball, the old warhorse. He's fighting hard there. Kicked it to Mike Harrison. Mark Weeding sweeps around on that looping left foot and fires the ball into Darren Sharp, who's got it in the centre. Handballed it on to Mark Nogle, the cat man. Apparently, I hear Cat had a bit of a bad Friday night, but we'll discuss that later. The ball's been kicked by Leo Athanasio. And Paul Sheedy's run into an open goal. Good effort. Meanwhile, Roy Bainish has come off for Banks. And there's that, who's that? Who's that number 6? It's Bill Neamy's flatmate. What's his name? Oh, look it up on the list. Oh, it's Mark Murphy. I wonder if the Burnsfield Travel Girls are here today to see Mark play. Again. Dennis Lufat's got the run of the ball and threw it out to the wing. Ron Saints got it. Good effort, played well. But he's kicked it straight to Peter Baldock. Left foot to the wing. David Arnold must think this is a picnic today. I think that's about his 20th touch. Unfortunately, the Pints coach doesn't seem to be up to, standing him. But then again, Arnold's playing a blinder. I don't think anybody could stop him today. Ball's kicked up to the full forward area. The ball's off hands. Going towards the boundary. All the Banks got pushed in the bank, but the umpire said play on. Oh, got a free kick because the Pints backman under pressure kicked the ball out of bounds on the full on his left foot. That's Ben Tilley's got the kick. Ben, renowned for his band, who I believe are having a big gig in a couple of weeks. That's not a bad effort there, but a kick. Punch through, is that Mark Murphy come? Dennis Lufat was a bit loose in his tackle there. Barry Hawkett's got the kick. Centres the ball. Big Leo Athanasio one-handed. Won't get them like that. Trying to make up for it, Leo's kicked the ball off the ground but infringed. Pints player with the free kick was Bernie Fradd, who centres it to the wing. It finds Dennis Lufat. He sweeps around, chips it to the centre. Terry Schultz has got it and off. Good play by Schultz. Centre forward. In the back of the Banks, but Barry, the ever-reliable Barry Palmer, is he 39 this year, they tell me, has kicked it to the centre. There's a bit of a scrimmage there. Pints kick it off the ground. Bit of inconsistency in the umpiring there. Handballed out by Darren Sharp to Dennis Hegarty, who chips it to the centre. Mark Nogle one-handed. Not good enough. Two hands. Paul Sheedy that cleans up for him. Finds Mark Weeding. Chips it to the centre. A bit wide. Leo Athanasio. The Pints players persisting, but no. The ball's been snapped in. Ben Tilley's got the ball in the goal square and kicked another goal. Because Mark Weeding kicked that ball into Ben Tilley, but he lost his boot. And the commentary position here, we thought the boot was the football. Not to worry. Well, there's a couple of the town's well-known socialites. Russell and Joy Betcher in the background there. Russell looks as sober as usual. How are you, Russell? Anyway, we're back to the centre. Scores 10 goes 4 to 1 goes 3. It's a bath. Another tap by Sheedy. Darren Sharp snapped the ball up to centre forward. And a very strong mark by big Leo Athanasio. Lachlan Hall's just come off and big Rick Gordon's back on, but meanwhile, Leo Athanasio chips to Mark Weeding, who's just slipped down from the wing to the half-forward flank. Peter Mason showed a bit of immaturity there by sneaking over the mark. For Pints, given away 15 metres. So for goal might result from this. No, he's offline, 1 point. Right, fullback kicks off. Not a bad kick. Pints players up. Handball on. Big Rick Gordon. Big handball out. Darren Sharp tried a mid-air George Best effort but missed. And the ball's chipped out to that man again. Number 18 would be Pints' best player, Peter Bartholomew. The ball's being fought for on the half-forward line for Pints and the ball's out of bounds. The ball's thrown in once again. The ball's scrambled around there. Martin Ogle's liking those soccer kicks today, but they haven't been too effective. Pints have got the ball again. I think it's Andy Rowe from my memory. Number 20, yes. The Catman's made up for his mistake, though, and taken a great mark and kicked it out to his cohort, Mark Weeding. Weed centres the ball. Athanasio slips. The ball's played on. Pints have got it. And it's been marked on the wing by number 6, Peter Mason. He's chipped the ball up. Good sport by Peter Baldock there, but the ball's out of bounds. Ball's thrown in again by that Peter Wallace, I believe, the umpire. Big Rick Gordon's in there for Banks. Grabbed the ball. Barry Palmer's over the ball and gets a free kick for in the bank. He's got number 31 on, but I believe he was 39 this year. But his kick was a bit wide. Good mark by Gary Cox there under extreme pressure. Gutsy effort. 15 yards. I think Benny Tilley was in Africa, then he was in no man's land. Gave away 15 metres. Aggressive approach by a few players there. The ball's up. Mike Harrison attempted a kick. Les Chapman punches the ball. I think the ump should... No, Rick Gordon's handballed it out for Banks. I think someone's got it about the head there. Terry Schultz again has infringed. Barry Hawkett's got it. For Banks, plays on. The Catman, Martin Ogle's got the run of the ball. Handballed it. 20 yards. Found that elusive Dave Arnold once again. Can he kick another goal? I think he has, yes. Actually, Arnold's getting a bit monotonous today. It's just making it a bit too easy. Goal 3. Rick Gordon gets the tap. The ball's smothered in the centre. Peter Bartholomew's trying his heart out for Pints. It's a pity some of the others didn't have the same approach. Ball's kicked off the ground up forward. Paul Sheedy's got the ball. Weaves around on his left foot, makes it look so easy. Chips the ball in. Big Lee Athanasio's got the run of the ball for Banks. A bit of a funny kick that. Benny Tilley dropped it. Ron Saint's got the ball. Good effort there, under a lot of pressure. Kicks the ball down, but Martin Ogle's got the ball. Marked it. Enjoyed a nice knee from the Pints player there too, which was quite interesting. Ogle chips the ball forward, and Barry Hawkett's got it. Still a fair way out for goal. It'd be touch and go whether he makes a distance from here. But he thinks he's going to have a go. Very deliberate in this. Gives it a fair go, actually. And he's got the goal. And the score is 12 goals 5, 71 points to 1 goal 3, 9. Ball goes up again. Big Rick Gordon ran into the Pints player. I think that would be a free kick. Yes, it's Andy Rowe. Looking a bit sorry for himself there, but he probably got what he's given a couple out himself, so that's all fair. Rowe kicks the ball down to centre forward. There's an old warhorse warming up on the boundary, Alex Saundry. Pints knock it forward through Brian Cox. Dennis Lufat's got the ball. He's played a good game for Pints. Swings around, weaves around, puts the ball forward, and a good mark. I think that's Peter Mason. He's lining him up. I don't think he'll get the distance from there. No, it's a tumble punt. And well marked by Richard Gordon, who plays on. Kick to the half-back flank. Oh, and that's a good mark. Yes, you guessed it, Peter Bartholomew. Oh, a shocking kick. Dribbles out of bounds. What a waste for a good mark. Ball's been thrown in. Benny Tilley's handball to Darren Sharp, on to Martin Ogle. Oh, the PINT player, I won't mention his name because he dropped an easy mark. Ronnie Saints, been round the neck. There's a bit of, the umpire got the second free kick then. He was holding the ball, but then they got him round the neck. Bit late. Brian Cox this time got the ball up forward. Les Chapman over the shoulder of John Chester, and it's a free kick to PINT. Chips the ball forward. Oh, really, I think I could get a game for PINT. Shocking. Dropping easy marks. Let's play on. Darren Sharp's got the ball. Kicks up to the centre wing. Andrew Johnson over the neck, and he's got a free kick. Number 6 would get a job in a circus, I think. Peter Mason, my goodness. He should worry about going for the ball instead of playing around. It's up there. Leo Athanasio dropped it. Martin Ogle, another soccer. Leo Athanasio playing soccer. Big Richard Gordon, a big handball. Fantastic. Right, and it's play on. As Peter Mason is played on. And he's got caught in a bad handball. Martin Ogle's got the ball, chips it. Dave Arnold. Dennis Lufat goes aggressively through. Arnold's in there. The ball's been hit out and the umpire wisely bounces the ball. Oh, he's about to bounce the ball, I should say. Richard Gordon gets a tap to Ogle. The ball's on the ground. Dennis Lufat handballs out. Peter Bartholomew again. Hegarty's under the ball. Les Chapman's showing a bit of experience there. Hegarty backs him up, back to Chapman. Chapman chips the ball. And there he is, evergreen Alex Saundry. Flash, commonly known. Darren Sharp chips the ball forward. Oh, Alan McGuinness there. Didn't have any option to hit the ball to the boundary, but it didn't make it. Leo Athanasio picks up. But the ball's marked by the PINT player, Bernie Fred. Chips the ball in, good pass. Terry Schultz plays onto the wing. Not much value in that kick because the ball's going to run out of bounce. Thrown in, and there's a bit of fighting for the ball there. Terry Morgan, I think that was, came out with the ball. And Ron Saint had a bit of attention given to him then, but plays on. Dennis Hegarty marks and plays on, runs. Terry Schultz tried to meet him, but Hegarty's a bit experienced and protected himself quite well there. The ball's been played on, and PINT's cleared from the back through Bernie Fred. Les Chapman handballs the ball. Andrew Johnson's kicked the ball centre forward. Martin Ogle's in there. Benny Tilley off hands. Leo Athanasio drops what he should have taken. Big Richard Gordon, Klepto's got it. A nice handball. Mark Weeding. Weeds kicked it to his flatmate, the cat man, Martin Ogle. That prickly beard of Martin's is very interesting part of his looks, really. Just as I might interview Martin after the match and ask him how his Friday night went. But meanwhile, if he didn't score a goal on Friday night, well, he might do one right here. Yes, and Cat has scored on the siren. I'm sure that will please him. Half-time is just a runaway. And the score is Banks. Well, I don't know if they've changed the goals yet, but it looks like 13 goals 5. It's a pretty paltry 1 goal 3. Now, here we are half-time. I'd like to introduce the president of the Northern Territory Football Association, Philip Bomber Lancaster. Now, Bomber, what do you think of the match so far?
Well, I thought PINT's been playing particularly well. I can just see the writings on the wall now. I reckon PINT's by 5 goals, Bill.
What do you think of the umpiring standard?
I can't comment.
Do you think Banks will have a chance? Do you think David Arnold can go to Perth with a win?
I think he can. I think he's playing a pretty fair game himself, actually. He's killed Terry Morgan, I must admit. But does he kick 4 goals? Is that right, Bill?
I think it might be more. But, Bomber, the big question is, will you be giving David Arnold his pink shirt back after this fantastic effort?
Well, actually, I think I got ripped off for that, Bill, I must admit, because it cost me $20, and yet I've seen it brand new for $20 in the shop. So I wouldn't like to comment any further on that, but...
Still half-time. There seems to be a mini-league match on, but I've got a couple here of supporters of Banks. That looks like it's the Burnsfield Travel Girls. Now, good afternoon. Now, to use an American colloquialism, I believe you've been rooting for the Banks boys this afternoon.
We've only just arrived. We were just...
So you haven't come... Oh, you just arrived, oh. Well, but are you barracking for the boys this afternoon?
Why not? Yep, for Banks.
Right.
Yep.
Well, we want to know... I know you're rooting for them this afternoon, but will you be rooting for them tonight?
Go away, Bill.
Oh, well, we've got a stone silence here. But no, they're very happy girls, and we need supporters like this. What do you think the result of the match will be?
Oh, I don't know. It could be a difficult one. Could be difficult.
And what do you think of David Arnold's performance today?
I don't know. I don't even know who Dave Arnold is.
You don't know who Dave Arnold is? You'd be the only girl in Darwin. Thank you for your comments. Now, impartiality here, I'd like to introduce Lloyd Stevens, the manager of the State Bank in Darwin. Lloyd, have you seen much of the match so far?
I've seen it all, and I think they're going well.
What do you think of Tony Sandercock's performance there?
Oh, he's added extra strength with that beard, I'm sure.
Yes, I believe they give away a lot of things when they open an account in the State Bank.
Oh, stubby holders, but only empty ones.
Oh, well, I'll be round Monday. Thanks for
I hope we can go on with it.
Good, Lloyd. Thanks for your comments. Here we are. Here's one of the hard workers of the year, John Appleby from the Banks Committee. Apples, what do you think of the match so far?
Good. It's good to see Pints getting flogged. I hope they score another 83 points in the second half and whip their ass.
Rumour has it you like a bit of flogging yourself.
No, I don't like flogging myself.
Is it you like flogging people? No.
No.
Oh, we must have got a bit misconstrued there. But no, John's done a good job with the committee this year. The committee's had a few problems lately. There's been a couple of disagreements lately, but I'm sure it's all come in number.
819987.
Well, are you barracking for Banks?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, I'm rooting for them too, actually. Well, this is one of the more spirited supporters of the Banks Football Club. It's a pity I haven't met her earlier.
Is this really TV?
Oh, no, this is going to be a local production.
It's not going to be on TV.
Oh, still. Well, you never know. What's your name anyway?
Wendy.
Wendy, where do you work?
Wendy from Winelli.
You must work at the ANZ Bank.
Yeah.
How could I tell that? You look like a Derek. No, no, you're hanging around with Steve Paris. I thought it must have been.
Bad news.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I've known him for a long time ago. Well, look, Wendy, that's very good. I'm sure you're going to join in the celebrations tonight?
No, I'm not actually.
Oh, why not? Oh, well, perhaps we can discuss that later. Thanks for your comments. What lady? Ellie Holston. Ellie, what did you think of that umpiring decision before that saw your husband sent off the field?
Well, I didn't know that he was sent off, but I can tell you, Brian, he's going to sulk all night. If I see him.
Right, and the Pint side has just come out after the half-time break. I wonder what their coach Terry Morgan has said to them. I mean, they're in a real desperate situation here. Very hard to peg back 12 goals, but I've seen funnier things happen. Oh, I think Banks will probably be fired up because they'd be tended to drop off in the last quarter in a lot of their matches, but I can't see it happening today. They just look, their attack on the ball is too aggressive. So Foster's lager they've been drinking during the year, I think it's primed them up just nicely. Out on the oval there is Leon Brayley, one of the old Banks stalwarts. And young Anthony Arnold's just grabbed the ball while the Banks side comes out to the oval. It should be an interesting second half. I hope it doesn't degenerate into a headhunting affair. There's a fine mob of men, renowned for their efforts at Squires at 4 a.m. in the morning. They all look very happy with themselves too. And there's the support to the banks there, including the President, Simon Day, and fabulous Phil Watt, the Vice President, Red Dog and Battery and Paddles, forming a good backup for the side today. And the ball is bounced. Paul Sheedy gets the tap. Smothered. Barry Hawkins got the ball, being caught. Good tap, very good tackle by the ruckman again. Andy Rowe, good effort. Yeah. Fair kick to centre forward. Harrison over the back punches. The ball's been hit forward. Peter Baldock, good handball. No, he's just kicked it. Mark Weeding handball to Peter Baldock. Dave Arnold goes up the mark, misses that one. Dennis Lufat's in there. Good handball out. It's Peter Mason's gone back to centre, but straight to Martin Ogle. Catman's kicked it forward. Leo Athanasio. Mark chipped. Brian Holson's got it, and well, fires it forward. But he's missed it. 1 point. Thanks to Gary Downey then for getting in the way of the pitcher. Thanks, Gary. And another point on the board. Fullback's kicked off. Good kick. A bit of a lack of a desire for the ball there by a few players. The ball's forced on. Kicked forward by Pints, high in the air. Ball bounces to the boundary. And Peter Baldock knocks the ball forward and it's out of bounds. Umpire throws the ball in. Nice tap by Paul Sheedy. Catman's caught with the ball. It's play on. Terry Schultz hits the ball out. Dave Arnold's got the run of it. He's held without the ball and another free kick. They really just don't know what to do with him. Arnold chips the ball forward. And big Leo Athanasio takes the mark as if it's a picnic. Chips the ball forward, and Benny Tilley's got it. It's like a sort of a picnic atmosphere, this the start of this third quarter. Tilley lines up. Bang, another goal. It's now 14 goals 6 to 1 goal 3. The centre will get Doris. We'll get Doris Slater, got something to say about him. We're back to the centre and the ball's bounced. Andy Rowe and Paul Sheedy. Sheedy gets the tap. Ron Saint missed the ball. Saint's got the ball back. Sheedy's got... There's a play, there's a bit going on behind the play. There's a bit going behind the play there, but the young Pints fella really was a bit foolish there, picking on a guy about twice his size. Who was that, number 2? Rod Hardy. Well, he was hardly sensible there. And we're going to bounce the ball in the centre again. That's a fair thing to do in the circumstances. Paul Sheedy missed the ball there. Ball's been kicked up and set out forward by Pints. Punched by Les Chapman. Peter Baldock got the ball to the wing. Mark Weeding chips it to his flatmate Catman. Paul Sheedy's got it and he's off. Big kick to full forward. Lachlan Hall from behind. Great mark. The Banks have been moving the ball well today. Now, if you're a betting man, you take a bit of odds about here. Hawley chips the ball up in the air and he's missed it. And as a matter of fact, he's out on the bounce on the full. Ball's been brought back into the play. Roy Bainish from behind. Ron Saint trying hard. Barry Hawkins got the run of the ball. Number 2 again trying, but the ball's been forced out of bounds. There seems to be a lot of frustration in the Pint side at the moment, which is understandable if you look at the scoreboard. Ball's thrown in. Paul Sheedy. Brian Holson gets the ball, chips it forward. And Leo Athanasio marks again. Athanasio chips it over to Ben Tilley. in a closer position. I wouldn't say a better angle, but very unselfish play by Athanasio. Tilly runs around and kicks another goal. It's the Winelli for Africa has been, but the Winelli for Milner will be in Friday week. It's 15 goals 6 to 1 goals 3. The ball's bounced. Andy Rowe and Paul Sheedy. Sheedy gets a tap to Holson. Holson, I think, determined to prove something there. Runs through, kicks the ball forward. And Benny Tilley fires another one. Well, the Ringo star of Darwin's done it again. He's kicked another goal. I wonder if him and Dave Arnold are having a bet. That'd be pretty close. I think they've kicked both about 4 or 5 goals each. Tap again and follows it through. Handballs through. Brian Holson again. Big kick. Good thump by the Pirates defence. Lachlan Hall's got it. Feeds the ball out. Darren Sharp chips the ball forward. And another mark. No, it wasn't paid to Athanasio, which is a bit surprising. And the ball's on the ground and the umpire's going to bounce it. The ball's bounced and been rushed through by the Pines defence for 1 point. I think if I was that bookie that took the bet, I'd be leaving the ground now. Brian Clark, where are you? Good kick in by the fullback, but Paul Sheedy's taken the mark. I think that could fire him up when that guy hit him behind the play before. Sheedy gets the ball, kicks it in. Poor kick. Pints man's in front. Takes a good mark. With the contrast of the Guernseys, it's hard to pick up the numbers of the Pints players here. It's a good kick though. Oh, there's a Banks player disputing the mark there, but he came from behind, I think. No, he has paid it. It's Brian Holson. Handballs to Martin Ogle. The Catman kicked it a bit blindly. And the Pines player's been infringed with over the shoulder. Lachlan Hall just a bit behind the player there. A technical decision by the umpire, 15 yards there. But I don't even think if Spiro Malice sold that block of land there would have been much problem. Ball's been just forced towards the boundary. Mark Weeding swings around his left foot again and chips it in. Ball's off hands. Terry Schultz. Good kick. Dennis Haggerty. No, Mike Harrison, my apologies. Good punch. Paul Sheedy, the ruckman on his left foot. Easily around. Andy Rowe, good effort off the ground. Dennis Haggerty, I'd nearly pay that. The umpire didn't agree with me. Barry Hawkins caught. Mike Harrison, Peter Baldock, Darren Sharp. It's just a procession. Dave Arnold swings around. Kicks the ball high in the air. Pints has been marked. There'll be 15 yards there if he doesn't. That's Bernie Fred's marked that. Kicks it to the side. Terry Scholes. Terry's put his elbow up there. I think he's a bit frustrated. Smothered by Darren Sharp. And the ball's been put out of bounds. Schultz looks the epitome of frustration there. Ball's thrown in by the boundary umpire. Paul Sheedy. Barry Hawkins, Brian Holson. Holson chips forward. And there's another mark by Leo Athanasio. Leo Athanasio chips back, gives it back to Brian Holson. Holson's lining up the goals. If I was a betting man, I'd back him. Yes, it's another goal. Ellie's clapping her hands. Well, there's a smile on her face. I'm sure she's pleased about that. Thanks, Ellie. I don't think Brian will be sulking now tonight. The ball's back to the centre. 17 goals 7 to 1 goal 3. This is worse than Nightcliff and Waratahs. Ball's up again. Fitzgerald against Sheedy. Good tap by the Pints ruckman. A few players over on the ball. Dennis Hegarty going through. Oh, yeah, that's a bit... I missed the first one. Barry Palmer down with cramp. No, he's up quickly. I think he was just foxing. Tumble punt. The Banks defence is firm. That's Tony Sandercock off the side of his boot. It's Peter Baldock with the right footer to the wing. Terry Schultz has got the run of the ball. Handball to the centre. Kick, but didn't look. The Pints player didn't look. Mike Harrison, centre half back for Banks, plays on. Kicks to the wing, and Mark Weeding says thanks very much. Kicks forward. Good defence by the Pints player then. Banks plays over the ball. Banks player's got the free kick. Yes, it's Ben Tilley again. Kicks it forward, and Leo Athanasio dropped to mark. Perhaps he should have taken that, but I think he's getting sick of the ball. Terry Schultz has got the ball. Oh, strength, good play. Centre half forward. Les Chapman, experience personified. Kicks the ball. Martin Ogle says thanks very much. Handball's on to Darren Sharp. Sharp kicks it forward to centre half forward. And Pints have marked it to Alan McGuinness. Turns around the left foot, kicks it to the wing. Terry Schultz missed what he should have taken, but the ball's in Pints. The ball ran on well. Bit of luck there. Well, that was an interesting. The Pints player pushed the Banks player right in the back, but he didn't mark it, so I suppose that's fair enough. I think the Pints player was surprised that he got it. A shocking kick. Off hands. Tony Sandercock hold the ball. Here, Rod Hardy's got the free kick. And kicks a goal. Have gone wild. They've kicked their second goal. Gee, the audience has gone mad. Pints 2 goals 3 to Banks 17 goals 7. Good tap by Brendan Fitzgerald. The ball's been forced forward by Pints. Yep. Good decision by the umpire. Barry Palmer caught holding the ball there. How is there going to be a run in by Pints? I think they've left their run a bit late. Chip forward. Mick Devitt's got the ball. Really didn't gain much that kick though. Still be lucky to make the distance from there. Well, he's got a good kick there. He's got a goal. And the Pints crowd goes wild. Bounce the ball. Sheedy and Fitzgerald. Sheedy. Hawkins through with the ball. Good play by Bernie Fradd for Pints. Well, they've got a bit of a run on here. Oh. Oh, some idiot. That was pointless by the Pints player. They've got the ball and he wants to run in and start a fight and give away the free kick. So a few concerned people out there. I think they've finally sorted it out. The umpire blows for time on. Well, Mick Devitt's just taken the tick for pints and kicked a point after all that. Probably let his teammates down there. Kick off by Tony Sandercock. Off hands to Ron Sain, who's played a good game. Smothered by Roy Bainish. Great effort. Bainish has got it. Sells the dummies. Gone past 4 players. Handballs to Barry Palmer. Handballs to Martin the Catman Ogle. There's been a bit of trouble behind the play. Martin Ogle's kicked it forward and Leo Athanasios marked it. There's a few weary-looking Pints players there. Meanwhile, Athanasios got the ball once again and it lines up. Kicks a low trajectory and kicks another goal. The ball's in the centre. Umpire's bouncing again. He must be sick of bouncing the ball today. Big tap by Fitzgerald. Straight to the Pints' best player, Peter Bartholomew. Ball's been smothered. Roy Bainish is over the ball for Banks. Ball's up. Mike Harrison's got a handball to Les Chapman. Chapman goes to the wide to the wing. There's that man, Mark Weeding, on the ball onto his flatmate, Catman. Martin Ogle kicks the ball forward and he's usually like Dave Arnold puts the ball. Shocking kick. Bruni Fred kicks the ball off the ground. On to Gary Cox, the ball forward, Ron Sain, who's played a good game. Sain kicks the ball to centre forward. Straight through the hands of Gary Leverington, but here's a chance. The Pints player ran into the open goal. Put up. Kicks up to centre. Ball's off hands. Mike Harrison, ball, no, Pints handball. Peter Bartholomew uses his body well, but no one's backing him up. Benny Tilley handballs it for Banks. Peter Baldock, the big handball out to the wing. Mark Weeding runs 15 metres, chips it in, overrun by Leo Athanasio. Good play, Bernie Fred, handball's out. Mark Weeding follows the play down, chips it on, Dave Arnold, oh, not another goal. Yes, it is. The special guest up from Adelaide that's flown up just to see this match, Sandy Vanucci. Sandy, what do you think of David Arnold's performance? I know you've heard a lot about him.
If he didn't kick so many goals, it would have been good fun.
Thank you, Sandy. That's a very interesting comment. Here's another goal, I'm sorry. No, he's missed. It's only a point. Geez, Arnold will be disappointed with that. Well, I can't keep up with the score. What is it now? 19 goals 8 to 3 goals 4. Here we go. Banks just slaughtering them. Kick out. The ball's been off hands. Peter Bartholomew's got it again. Played a good game. Left-handed handball. That wasn't so good. Lockenhall punched the ball forward. Terry Schultz has got it for Pints. Kicks it forward. Four players punch the ball. Rod Hardy's got it. Kicks it forward. Good mark by Tony Sandercock, the Banks full-back. Oh. Mark Weeding a mark. Handballed. Off the ground by captain coach for Pints. Gee, the Pints full forward went up there. And Banks has run it full forward. It's a point for Pints anyway. Kick off by Sandercock. Mick Devitt's kicked it in and kicked a point for Pints. Should have settled then instead of running around and taking his time, but I think he got shell-shocked that he had the ball there, that guy. Anyway, Sandercock kicks off again. Richard Gordon was infringed. Big Klepto's got another kick. Plays on. Does a bit of a chip to the wing, and Mark Weeding says, "Oh, this is boring, thanks very much." Turns around his left foot. Arnold from behind. Sharp, Sheedy, Arnold. Sharp handballs. Murphy handballs. Sharp again. Oh, a bit of a grubber of a kick. But you guessed it, Arnold's got the ball. No. No, well played by the Pints defence there. The ball back. Weeding makes his first mistake for the day and lets the ball go out of bounds. Bit of a struggle to gain possession here. I think they should bounce this up, yes. Starting to get a bit scrambly. Players getting a bit tired. Bit of lack of interest, really. Ball's been kicked forward by Pints, by Terry Morgan. Back to the centre. A great handball. Peter Baldock, Paul Sheedy, the ruckman, who's very elusive. Left foot kick. Dave Arnold picks the ball, dropped it. Andy Rowe kicked the ball towards the boundary and it's gone out of bounds. Ball's thrown in. Paul Sheedy. Rod Hardy's broken away. Good play, Hardy. Kicks the ball forward. Tony Sandercock. The State Bank Supreme. There was a doubt about this man's fitness, but I think he's proved a few critics wrong today. There's a bit of a blue behind the play there. I think the people just slipped over. The umpires picked one out of the blue. Right in front of the blue can, the Foster's label. Good drink. Chip to Dennis Hegarty, the ex-Rambler player from Murray Bridge. To Martin Ogle, play on. Mark Murphy's got the run. I think it was a bit of a harsh decision there, but bad luck, Murph. Holding the ball. Gary Cox plays on, but the third quarter siren sounds as we zoom to the scoreboard. Banks 19 goals, 822 points. Absolutely thrashing a very dispirited Pine side. 3 goals, 624 points. Here we are, it's three-quarter time. Russell Willis, the vice president of the club. What's your comments?
Oh, I think we're going to fucking shit on it from here, Billy. Really do. They don't want the ball. They're not interested in football at all. They're just out there for the biff. G'day, Mum.
That's very interesting comments by the vice president. There's some pensive looks here, but I don't think it's necessary. I think the game's been won, but they want to finish it off. I think Coach Dave Arnold's doing the right thing, keeping the players going. I think this has been a good effort by Banks today because there's been a few problems in the club, and a lot of credit must go to the president, Simon Day, who's had a great changed his personal life and set a great example by really setting a good example with his changing his personal life to be a steady person. I think congratulations, Doris. It's amazing the amount of new supporters we've got. Be interesting to see that if they're there drinking the free beer afterwards.
Give them shit, fellas.
No. Here's the hard-working secretary of the club, Mick Harfield. Mick, what are your comments on the match so far?
I'm still not happy until the end of the match, till we win.
Mick, why are you shaking?
I'm scared.
Oh, I don't think there's any problems. And he's on in the forward pocket there. But meanwhile, back at the centre, the ball's been bounced. Oh, it was an aggressive play there by Peter Bartholomew. Terry Schultz in there, they make a good team. And the umpires decide to bounce up the ball. Sheedy goes through, misses the ball. The ball's on the ground, another ball up. Yes, I know. It's a good tactical move bringing on Mike Downey, I think. What do you think, Gary? Is it a good move?
I believe in view of the circumstances that's a fantastic move, really, because we wanted to see more arse on this show, and that was
Well, thanks for those very important comments. Oh, and back to the match. That's like aerial ping pong, but yes, you guessed it. Dave Arnold's got the ball and chips it round. Mark Murphy's got it, and he left foots it. Leo Athanasio takes another mark. Well, they say Christmas comes only once a year, but I think this would prove that wrong. Athanasio lines up and puts through another goal. The scoreboard attendant's getting a bit slow. I think his arms are that tight, putting up so many goals. Back to the centre. Sheedy again. Big effort in the ruck today. Peter Mason kicks the ball to the half-forward flank for Pints. And he's fine. Pints easily Pints' best player. Peter Bartholomew, who plays on. Kicked in the man, though. Bad luck. Well done, Dennis Hegarty. Desperate attempt by the Banks player to stop the ball from going out of bounds. But to no avail. Ball's been thrown in. Paul Sheedy's got the ball for Banks. Chips the ball to Brian Holson, the centre, who's got it. Holson was caught holding the ball. Saint's got the ball. A good effort by Ron Saint from Pints then. Rod Hardy dropped what he should have taken, but he recovered well. Left foots it in the air. That's it. Off hands. Back to the centre, and it's 20 goals 8 to 4 goals 6. Bit of a indecision by the umpire then, back at the centre involving Brian Holson, but still, don't think it really matters now. Big thunt by Fitzgerald forward. Number 12 for Pints forces the ball forward. Tony Sandercock runs back and kicks the ball out to the wing and finds Martin Ogle. The cat man chips it forward and finds his no over Weed's head, and Peter Bartholomew chips it in. Good play. Peter Mason's got it. Sorry, John Mason kicks it forward. The Pints player over in the ball, and Barry Palmer, cool for his 39 years, takes the mark. Screw punt. Ron Saint again. Played a good match. He's off. Chips the ball forward, yes. Peter O'Shaughnessy, bit of a mega heifer, but he's a big boy. He's taken the mark. Hasn't done a lot today, this boy. His size is big enough to, but he's kicked a goal there. We're back to the centre. The big men fly. Good effort. Pints ruckman Ogle hits the ball forward. Schultz has got it. Good effort. Played on. Great effort. Forced his way through. Barry Palmer gets the crumbs for Banks on his left foot. Kicks it to Dennis Hegarty. Hegarty chips forward. Not a bad kick. Oh, Murphy handballs on after a good mark. Andrew Johnson got the ball back. Chips it to the centre. Ogle missed the ball. First forward by Hegarty. Hegarty handballs. It's Michael Ars Downing. And the crowd goes wild. Yay! And the ball's been forced out of bounds.
What a shit.
We all love, but he's got an interesting saying, which I might say at the end of the match. The rucks go. It's over on the ball. Darren Sharp. No, ball's forward. Martin Ogle hits the ball forward, but back to the Pints player who forces it to the wing. And the ball goes out of bounds. So the game seems to have reached a sort of a petering out stage whereby the people just seem to be going through the motions here. Seems a pity, really. Ogle gets the ball off hands, kicks the ball forward. Played by McGuinness. Kicks the ball to the wing. Played by Weeding, but got hit in the mouth. The ball continues on. Bit of a scramble by the Pints defence there. And the ball's... Yeah, the ball. Yes, Mark Downey was in a bit of action then. The ball's being thrown in. Is that Alex Saundry? I can't tell from here.
Shit. Motherfucking fight. Look at this. What's going on?
Yeah, there seems to be a couple of problems out there. A few people are getting a bit frustrated. Well, the umpires have decided the banks are, I don't know, I'm not sure if the umpires know what they're doing, to be quite honest. And who's going to end up with the ball? This is like a raffle. Well, certainly Banks have got the ball. Andrew Johnson, AJ. And Pints have forced the ball out. Handball on from David Fox. Brian Cox has kicked the ball on. Terry Morgan chipped it on. Terry Schultz. And now Pints starting to play football. They start to go a bit better. Andrew Johnson appears to be in a bit of trouble there. No, he's smiling. Meanwhile, the ball's been dribbled through for a rushed behind for Pints. The fullback, Tony Sandercock, just a bit premature there. So a few girls have told me that too. Kicks out and Big Richard Gordon's got a handballs out to Martin Ogle, who's played a good game. Benny Tilley used his body well. Ball's thrown out by the Pints player. Brian Holson a bit high there. Ron Sain again played a good game for Pints. Unfortunately, there haven't been enough that's put in the same effort as he has. Perhaps Peter Bartholomew, but you couldn't say too many more of the Pints players. Terry Morgan. Kicked it forward, played around his mark and kicked to Peter Mason. He lines up for goal. Chips away. Just to the left hand. Goal post there. I tell you, he's all over the ground here. One of the major sponsors of the football in Darwin here. The ball's kicked into the centre. Oh, there's been a bit of vigorous play there. Ball comes out, and the umpire says, play on. But Tony Sandercock intercepts it. He's caught, but he's returned it. Handballs to Barry Palmer. Little chip over, Martin Ogle again. Ogle chips, Holson. Handball on, Mark Weeding. Alades a tackle, very well, kicks the ball high. Big Leo Athanasio once again. Yes, this man has taken quite a few marks, eh? Athanasio kicks another goal. Darren Sharp comes off and Barry Hawkett comes. Paul Shitty's back on Leo's off. Tapped by Lachlan Hall. Peter Baldock comes through, handball. Dennis Hegarty, handball. Mike Harrison. Well, that's an interesting decision. Mike Harrison, I believe. If anyone can find you a job, it's this man. No, it's Dennis Hegarty. I think he was surprised as anyone to get that. Nonchally does a screw punt to centre forward. Brian Holson, good effort. Barry Hawkett. It's marked again. This man's played pretty well for Pints. Andy Rowe, number 20. Plays back. Rod Hardy. There's a cat man again, the soccer. Brian Olsen. Well, that was a very interesting decision. A bit of an altercation between Brian Holson and Terry Scholes. And the umpires decided that Brian Holson's going to get the kick.
They don't like him, do they?
No. Brian seems to have a lot of friends in the Pints supporters here. But as they say, the winners can laugh and the losers can do what they like. Holson kicks to the forward pocket and the ball's going to... Murphy had a valiant effort there to mark the ball, but just slipped through his fingers. And the ball's been bounced. There's an aggressive approach to the ball there. Paul Sheedy dribbles the ball out. Pints force the ball out. Benny Tilley on his right foot. Can he kick another goal? No. It's a point. Because Mrs. Arse has got a nice face, but it's big. Oh, she just told me to fuck off. Anyway, sorry. And back to the game. Alex Saundry went up for the ball. The ball's been knocked out of bounds. Ball's been thrown in. Alex Saundry, good tap. Barry Hawkett's got it. Been caught by Ron Saint, good tackle. Ronnie Saint, one of the better players. The ball's been kicked on. The Cox brothers. Dennis Hegarty's got slipped over. Number 12's been caught for Pints. It's a bit of a struggle here. The players are tight. Barry Hawkett's through. Mike Downey, good handball. On to Brian Holson. He's going to kick a goal here. Gee. Gee, that wasn't a bad effort by the commentator then predicting that 5 seconds ahead. Thank you. This would probably be one of the highest totals that Banks would have kicked against Pints all year. And goes through, he missed the ball, but Barry Hawkett's got the run of it. No, got it now, kicked it up. Terry Schultz tried to knock him out, but missed. Schultz tried to step on Mark Wooding's foot. A bit frustrated, the lad. Pints bring it out. And Schultz takes the mark. Number 5's taking the mark, John Chester. Les Chapman's just a slightly over the mark. Chester runs up. The ball's punched from behind. Barry Palmer's got it. Done Mike Harrison in the back line. Well supported. Good back line. The cat bag kicks it forward. Big Richard Gordon goes through. Missed him. Ball's in the air. And Brian Cox marks for Pints. Chips the ball forward. Rod Hardy. Oh, I'd pay that. Rod Hardy's got the ball. Chips forward. Good effort. A bit of a late tackle there by Barry Palmer, but I think the ump just feels a bit sorry for the boys, the Pints boys. And Gary Leverington kicks a goal. And we're back to the centre. Richard Gordon gets it back in a nice tap to Brian Holson, who nice kick to full forward. The ball's offhand. Alex Saundry. For Squires does it. The ball's back to the centre. And I think the siren will go soon because we'll finish the agony here for Pints. A good tap by Andy Rowe from Pints. Big Richard Gordon's in there trying hard. Just a bit over the shoulder. Ron Saint again played a good game. He must feel a bit pissed off that his mates haven't put in the effort he has. Gary Leverington takes that kick, puts it to the forward pocket, Peter Bartholomew, but the ball's run out of bounds. The Banks bench is getting very expectant there. Everyone wants to run on the oval. The ball's, I'd say that was in the back, over the shoulder, whatever you like. It's Terry Leverington again, chips it forward, and Terry Schultz takes it to centre forward in the true centre forward position. Let's fly. That looks like nearly a goal. Oh, it's an interesting decision. What's the umpire say? A goal. Yeah, why not? Well, why not? Look, yes, I think the coach's son's getting a bit excited here. Leon Bradley doing a good job there sorting out the children. Meanwhile, back to the match. Rod Hardy's got the run of the ball for Pints. No, it's a bit ticky touchwood, umpire. Chip forward. Oh, there's a struggle for the ball here. Oh, I think he's holding the ball, yes. Barry Hawker kicks the ball up, play on. They say Brian Holson's taking the mark at centre. Holson plays on, handballs to Hawkett, good running. Ball's at centre forward. Locknall missed it. Mark Weeding forces the ball out of bounds. There's the children seem to be thinking it's Halloween here. The ball's thrown in. Get the kid out the way. Mark Weeding's got the ball, chips to the centre. Yeah, he'll do. Mike Downey, a popular figure.
Mikey!
A very popular figure with the crowd. Chips it forward, finds Benny Tilley. No. The ball's forced out of bounds. Could I have a comment from Mrs. Arse? No. Oh. I don't think Arse will be getting one tonight. Anyway, the ball's forced forward. Mark Murphy hits the ball forward. It's Mark, no. Peter Bartholomew's in there for Pints. Barry Hawkett's got it. It's tackled from behind and the ball's out of bounds. Mike Flash, Alex Ornery, good tap. Andy Rowe gets it to Rod Hardy, handball to Ron Saint, good effort. And that's a very good mark. Brian Cox kicked into Barry Palmer's.
Oh, crap.
I think the umpire was so far behind the play that he had to do give the 15 yards because he really didn't know what was going on. Anyway, there's a fight in the forward pocket. Richard Gordon's got someone by a headlock. You might as well give him a thump in the mouth because... Oh, meanwhile, there's a play goes on. Martin Ogle's got it. Richard Gordon's got the guy in the headlock, but I don't think anyone's game to tackle him. Anyway, the ball goes up forward. And there is a few dribbles. There's a few dribbles on the Pint side too, but there's a bit of rain as well.
No, we call it.
Les Chapman through. Les Chapman like a gladiator on to Mark Murphy. Well, hey, Peter Bartholomew.